hug to Van Rijk beforehand, which is nice to see. Çalışkan's been such a big player for VakifBank this season. Just won her first Turkish league for 10 years. She was part of the team that won in 2013 as Nazat Okulu, Taha Tuksay Guidetti, yes, Mrs. Guidetti was playing in that team as well. So it looks like Franti starts opposites. But we are underway in the CV Champions League bronze medal matchup. It's Vero Volley Milano on the left of your screen in the pink, and on the right-hand side, it's VakifBank Istanbul. And the start will be incredibly key here. Sorry, that's my mistake. It's Franti starting on the outside. Markova. Well, that's the start that Markova would have wanted after yesterday. It wasn't the start that VakifBank had yesterday, but look at the levers on Markova, serving the front court receiver inside, trying to really take Franti out the offense, but the pipe is open with the good pass. They are very much there today, and it's passing issues for Dauderop, and they went after Dauderop in the pool stage game heavily, VakifBank, and it worked. Dauderop did pass beautifully yesterday, though. In system, quick, and Gunesh, who only put one ball on the floor yesterday, is off to a good start as well. Hello, VakifBank. Welcome back. Using the pipe, using the middle early. That's going to hold the middle a little bit more. They're going to go after Dauderop again. Yes, they are. That's exactly how they won at home earlier on. But Danesi is on the money again. Fast work with Oro. Apologies, but Danesi against Imoco yesterday was colossal. Seems open. Somebody who served nicely as well. As we said, just their second season here. Won 6 awards in France before joining this Milano side. 49% yesterday offensively and 55% in the pass. She was targeted a lot. 39 balls yesterday, but at the moment Dauderop is getting all the ball, and for the first time Agonu can get into the game, but the defense is really heavily stacked into that angle. And that will be one for Agonu already, who, you have to say, in the last Final Fours, the last couple of years, it hasn't quite been as prominent as she had been previously, but we know what Agonu brings, and we know that she is potentially one of, if not the best to do it on that right side, and her Champions League victories and Olympic gold medal will certainly give her an even stronger argument to be in that conversation. One off the net band, bit of DIY, Genshiyu. Just a little dolly dropper over the top. And maybe Lavarini won't be too happy, but Guidetti will be. More middle work. Clinches still struggling to put the ball away offensively like we saw yesterday, but in the blocking department coming into this Final Four, she was a top blocker in the Champions League. Franti is there. Markova stays high, and if she does stay high, she will get a lot of love in this game. Height is a trump card. The higher you are, the more angles you can hit. And in this situation, you can just give it to her and she can swing high and get the rub off the green. Guidetti, he's a happy man again. Although he was pretty happy leaving the stadium yesterday. And why not? Or Agonu looking for that Agonu angle that only Agonu can hit. And nobody's whinging about that one. What do you do here? You can't block that angle because you're going to leave too many easy outs. Get 3 up on the block, it's still probably going to beat the 3 with the third blocker. Agonu hasn't got that serve functioning yet. pass slightly straight for the first time. Zud's been targeted. The service pressure on Dauderop, but the good news is for Milano that the fact she's not been served Dauderop just means that she can free up and go to the outside and put the ball away. Interesting because Guidetti, previous press, especially when Dauderop's on the front court, that's when she's really going after her. Fast, Zhenxinyu is very effective on that slide attack, and she just hits back through the seam over the shoulder, cross-body. It's a great setting from Chansuers, but it really is. Just understanding where the hitter is to run that back attack. It's obviously very variable considering where she gets the ball from, but... Oh, more middles, Kurtajic, still struggling to score, tries to go risk away, but in the way is Sarah Gunesh, who's got off to a very bright start here. Ball's in a good spot, forced to position 4 though. Oro again, loves going on 2. And Oro does what she did yesterday, and that's just sense the situation. That ball's set up perfectly. Always in front of her. Kurtajic just been blocked out. Sarah Gunesh sees it coming, but she's already just fronting up Kurtajic. So there's a big gap open. Chuck to the outside, off the hands. Kurtajic playing defense. Lavrini's got his arms out for a big hug. Ogonu goes high through the block this time. And that's what they need from Ogonu, is just that constant outlet that they can throw the ball to. We know that she's had phenomenal success in her career, but this team really does, and its success really does revolve around her. Chansuers by a little bit of flair with the left hand. That is one benefit of having a left-handed setter, that when that ball is just firing onto the net pretty fast, she can go to work on the second touch. Through the hands, high from Ogonu. She has started on flames. Might have only been in the 30% for spiking efficiency yesterday, but today, yeah, she's cooking. High to the outside, the service pressure good from Milano. And Franti, she did this yesterday coming off of the bench, just provided a real good, stable outside option. I mean, if you look at the errors from VakifBank yesterday, I think they made 15 spiking errors, where Scandicci only made 7. Franti's certainly coming in, bringing some energy, but also bringing that consistency that they need. As we said, this only her 3rd start of the Champions League season. That is a miss-serve, just as we're talking about her consistency. Right on cue. NCAA champ from Penn State with Misha Hancock and Haley Washington. Both of those never winning a Champions League title, though. Wild. Just shows you just can't give these Champions League titles away. They've got to be earned. And some of the best players of this generation still haven't won a Champions League. Chansuers by, what a set that is. Franti flying through the pipe, but the defense is exceptional. And no wonder Kazud's celebrating like she scored it. Bish, bash, bosh, Milano in transition. Absolutely insane. High tip. It's Dauderop that goes to floor. But it was the second defense that was excellent from Kazud as well. And now the French captain unloads. Buffet. And the passing issues for VakifBank are back again. And Guidetti looks at his shoes. As all the good early work's been undone. Yes, VakifBank look a little bit stronger than they did yesterday. Guidetti even said himself at points he didn't realise that this team would make it this far either. Oh, chicken What a swing from Markova. Good luck digging that one, Nika Dauderop. You were not expected to. That is too good. Pass off of the net as well, so hitting angles usually very tough when the pass is off the net, but when you're 2 meters tall and you get up to like 3.5, you can still find angles in this game, and that's why Markova is so effective. High one, cross body from Van Rijk. Maybe that ball's not quite in the right spot. She's shaking her head, Van Rijk, and just in disappointment. Pass is quick. Markova having to hit out of trouble again. And that is the beauty of having Markova on the left side. She can find the ball from absolutely anywhere. Chansu's got the outlet. She's hit it by the 3-meter line. But she struck it so good. Gazzetti on to Van Rijk. He said struggling this week with bronchitis. She came and did the live show with us in the build-up to this Final Four, and you can find that on European Volleyball YouTube. Markova again. Oh, someone's got in the front of it. It's Kurtic and Agonu. Markova's finally been stopped, but again, the first pass just isn't there at the moment. Passes in system. Defense is good. Volley's coming over from Agonu. Agonu now just sitting behind the block for the tip. That's exactly why she's there in those transition situations where hitting angles, as we said, is so tough. Milan look very organized. They've ridden out that early storm, and in turn, puts the ball away beautifully. Kazut has been great. Here we go, let's listen to Guidetti.
In this rotation, she can receive, so we have the fight. Okay? Receive and we have the fight. We already said. Okay? And attention, in transition, we need to close linear. In transition, we need to close linear to everybody, okay? Alright, let's go, we are.
One side out, the call. It's just got a bit rocky with the pass at the moment. Zeddy's obviously come into that right side. They'll still dish the ball a lot to Markova as the atmosphere just starting to spruce up in here a little bit. Agonu started sprightly here in this game. Hasn't been a Champions League season where she's really dominated, but she certainly can. And Markova is under pressure with the Agonu serve, and Agonu is cooking. This season, Agonu 10 starts overall. She was MVP for VakifBank when they last won the Champions League. Now she's putting her opposition under the cosh here. Good set. Agonu's getting more of the ball. That set's too tight from Oro, and almost Agonu just gets herself right out of the fiddle. And VakifBank are in the same spot as we saw yesterday, just on the struggle bus, can't make anything work. Markova just caught drifting, but it's such a shrewd swing from Agonu. Is that in or is it out? It's out of bounds, but the set was tight. She can't go full rip as she tips off the hands in the end. The ball was a good foot out. Markova needs a few serves here because VakifBank already are on the struggle bus. They've certainly come here and put a ton of effort in. Domi with a beautiful pass. They're passing on two now and just allowing Dauderop to free up because Lavarini will know that VakifBank will go after certain players at certain times. But as far as they're not going after Dowdrop a little bit more, they're obviously impressed with how she passed yesterday. She passed beautifully, but in this matchup last time, it was a struggle. Oh, over on 2. Good cover from Bozzetti. He's just in, you'd think on the backcourt, well, Van Rij will come back on the front. Timeouts taken from Guidetti. He's using all of his cards already. Oro goes over on 2, and we saw that Ognjenovic scored 4 in a set against VakifBank yesterday, and that really wound Guidetti up.
And so we pay more attention to pipe eventually or 4. Ok? Fate attenzione sulla Franti che è diagonale.
So quick we don't play there. Aide, let's go.
Dowder up following Agonu. Agonu serving, spiking so far, superb. Milano have looked solid. Ready as on comes Silla, as it comes off for the front court. And it's just such a nice substitution to be able to bring on the best outside hitter in the Olympic Games, Miriam Silla, who just shows a lot of intensity in her actions all the time. Planted to the outside. Certainly been a bright spark so far. But that ball is out of rhythm a lot, so they're having the game forced through the outsides. But it means with Markova and Franti, they're hitting themselves out of system or from out of system position regularly enough. It's just whether Bozzetti's going to stay on the court, on the front court, or Van Rij comes back in. But who knows, it might be too late. Franti, a lot of the ball going to the outside at the moment. Saragunes has got to get up and try and make a run here, but it's a free ball. Touch off the block on the way through. Saragunes does make a run in the block, and Franti puts the ball away. VakifBank fans are on their feet. VakifBank Istanbul are looking like they might just turn this around. More fire, more fights, more heart, more determination, and Saragunes commits on Kurtic. Passes slightly off Agonu. In that situation, you have to take your hat off to Oro, who gives that ball enough width. And that was one thing that certainly didn't help Milano in this fixture in pool play earlier on in the season. It was in Pool C. The pass was just slightly off the net, and the setter was really struggling on that day. We might see Lamprini Constantino a little bit later on, but it wasn't her fault. The pass wasn't there. She struggled to find Agonu out of rhythm. But Franti, still no errors, but the ball's reloaded to the outside, and welcome to the game, Miriam Silla. 3 in the pass. Great serve, long angle, sorry. Kurtic beats Franti. And all the small things again going against Giovanni Guidetti's side. Oh, through the seam. Textbook serving from the young Serbian. Sublime in the long angle serve to the left of Franti. And then the next time she goes down the seam, mixing it up and causing confusion. Now, Bozzetti the target, serve deep. That's tight, block should be in the game. Was there a touch? No is the answer. And just as VakifBank were looking like they were going to fight back in this game, Milano are back on cruise control. Tight. Again, Kurtic, the middle playing and mopping up off the hands this time from Silla, who's just come on and has just been a 5th gear for this Milano side as they take the opening set 25-15. Really aggressive off the hands. And Milano, who suffered yesterday to Imoco for the 16th time in a row, have just taken the first set in commanding style. You have to say that for VakifBank Istanbul, it's still an improvement. Certainly, it's been difficult at times for Markova, but let's not forget, still in her early 20s. Played in Indonesia last summer. This is a different level altogether, but she's there. Second set of the CV Champions League bronze medal match here from Istanbul. VakifBank trail Milano 1-0 after a poor performance yesterday. One where they didn't quite show up. It has been slightly better, but it's Helena Kazut, who was brilliant yesterday, who tips well and in the end earns the point for her team. VakifBank will have to stay aggressive throughout. Eye-catch puts the ball in nicely. Markova on the pipe. Watch out, that's VakifBank playing the VakifBank way. Zeragunes a threat, but Denesi stays on Markova and they leave the middle alone. They know it's going to Markova, but it's one thing knowing that. It's another thing being able to stop her when she's in rhythm. Denesi plucked by Cansu Özbay. Oh, into the angle, there's a deflection off the shoulder. Franti has to get up. Frantic stuff as well from VakifBank. Another touch from Franti, but to no avail this time. A for effort though for VakifBank, and that's exactly the sort of effort they have to show. Wide, Markova, good cover, just underneath the arms or hands of Agonu. Agonu has to get off the net and then come through, so she hasn't got full power on that one because of the amount of work she's got to do. What a dig that is, and what a rally this is. Akadomi, unbelievable. Free ball Özbay, Markova puts a dent in the floor. VakifBank are back. The defensive hustle is there from both sides. Outrageous work, but in a free ball situation, Markova's going to get that ball and she is going to pummel it. Kadoni now back to being calm, and Agonu goes back to a first phase side out. That is the best possible response that you can have to losing a long rally. Ball goes in perfectly, dishing it out to Agonu. The ball's got good width. Pizzetti on the right side is proving to be working at the moment. Still no Van Rijk. He's tried a few different things, Guidetti. Pizzetti just staying high. Straight approach for Pizzetti. Just have a camera on Giovanni Guidetti all day, couldn't you? Now Agoni's serving. She had a good run in the opening set. One off the net man, eye-catch passes off and straight, so it's a lot of pressure on Cansu. Markova somehow gets that ball back. Oro! Slammed up. A threat on two, Alessia Oro. Again, free ball situation. Jansu still running back to position. And again, we haven't seen Zhenshiyu really get amongst this game, either attacking-wise, but the pass hasn't quite been there, granted. But blocking the last couple of days, only one kill block yesterday, and just seems to not be running up quick enough. Markova back to serve after another point on the board. I mean, what a pass that is. The fast feet tracking that ball back to keep the shoulders behind the ball. The shoulders are relaxed, but the arms are quite tense and straight. And really, watching Japanese players play defense or pass is a thing of beauty. But Franti, that's a little bit of what they were missing yesterday, the VakifBank. A little bit of BFE, big Franti energy. Straight pass again. It's another sort of play where you see Jansu Özbay under a lot of pressure. Kazadi into the advertising board, but obviously there's stages of pressure in the pass. Jansu Özbay wasn't under massive pressure. The ball was still into a good aggressive zone, so the hitters would have the ball in front of them, which is good, but it's usually chasing to 3.5. That long line ball becomes the favourite to try and push the blocker or open the space between the two blockers. A bit more BFE out there as Franti is aggressive, but so is Milano, Agonu, Kazut. Valderop too strong at the moment. What a touch that is from Kazut. That's deflected off the middle, but she's into the floor, so she's stable. And then she sticks her hand out, doesn't let it pass her. She has been absolutely superb these last couple of days. Service straight down the line. Now Valderop gets served. It's a great set from Oro. That's a difficult one. She had to almost pivot on that right foot and send it into the middle, and it earns a side out for them in a row, and that's where the setters earn their money. You serve straight down the line to position 1, you try and force the ball through position 4, but in this situation she did get a body around the ball and flip it to the middle, and almost that's the best we've seen from Kurcic. He then goes for that sliding ball deep to 5 and misses out on the party. Denese back on the front court. She was absolutely fabulous yesterday. She really did stick it to her former club Imoco the best that she could. She's a 2-time Serie A winner. Never won this Champions League. And that was her 5th game this season yesterday. In double figures, so it just shows how crucial she is in the middle for the Italian side. Markova, the 2 meters tall, gets down to the floor very quickly. Fukunomi gets the ball in, pipe from Valderop, looking to squeeze one in. I don't think Guidetti got booked yesterday and got a colour of a card that matched his shirt. No complaints this time though. But she's been dug by Oro. Tight again for Agonu. She has to go for the tip. Markova on the right side, takes it so comfortably. It's the same on the left as well. Good luck stopping that one. Franti certainly has brought something to this side today in terms of just getting after it. But at the same time, Woods has also been in that same frame of mind all weekend. Passes into a great zone. It really is good from Valderop, who's passed incredibly well the last 2 days, and that just opens the offense up. All 5 options available to the setter, and all of a sudden, Guidetti calls another one.
Serving like this, we have no chance. Everybody's serving easy, everybody. Not one to take one risk. You have to take risk. You can serve much better. You can take risk. Only one push. We need to push service. If not, it's very difficult. Already we have, in block, we have no super tall today. We need to find solution. Hey, and then, when Jansu is in block, position 4, attacking here. They don't change the diagonal. Hey, they attack here with Jansu. Already 7 balls. I don't need to call timeout. Either. Yeah.
Service pressure is a great call from Guidetti. Serving 6 without any power is going to make it easy for the pass. If you do pass from position 6, you pass well. The majority is that everything's going to open up. Valderop 6 points for anti-4. Interesting. Valderop's quietly gone about her business. Jansu was bites tight. And again, Jansu's backcourt setter gets called for handover. Can't play the ball from above the net, over the net in that situation. 3 in the pass. Great pass from my catch as well. Jansu throws it to the outside mark of a hammering solidly, but what a dig that is from Oro. But Gunesh gets across on Agonu, who doesn't have a full approach on the ball. Great dig from Oro. Just reads the play, stays stable and relaxed. 2 up in the block. It's important on that right side that you do pinch in and you leave a little bit of line. The line is so difficult to access in those junk plays or those out of rhythm plays in the game into the angle. Still, there'll be no line available there for Buzzetti, that's for sure. Underneath the block this time, good cover. VakifBank certainly throwing bodies on the floor, but at the same time, it's not quite falling for them. Certainly, when brought into the game, has not let anybody down defensively the last 2 games. Buzzetti certainly made a difference. I'm not sure where he comes out. For their Shabiolu. So no setter on the court at the moment, trying to stop Valderop. They go to Agonu, and that's just the width that Agonu can really operate with. It's a little bit tight, but she can just stay fast. She's so high anyway. Even in that out of rhythm ball that's a bump set, you just don't see her not scoring in that situation. With that first ball being a little bit tighter to the net. Struggles a little bit more when the set is running towards 5 or 6. They're trying to work that ball into 3, but Shabiolu off the bench and doing the business. Janistan, he started 3 games this season where Nursby was out of the game with an injury. Markova. Guidetti, you can see him just applauding that from Markova, because he's seeing the behavior that he wants to see in terms of the increased service pressure. Great pass, Markova from the right side, off the hands. Javajulu off the bench, and again without Van Wright. They're finding some solutions. A bit short-sighted on the right side, but that's okay. Keep turning the ball, making it difficult for the block. Javajulu. Oh, what a serve that is. Very close. Too long, but on another day that drops in. Guidetti's going mad. I think you feel that you just want something to go Guidetti's way this weekend, because not a lot has. Little look from Oro, finds Agonu. She goes off pace into the sharp angle. Chadistan is there. It's a good defense. They'll have to go again. Does it go back to Agonu? Yes, it does. This time trying to squeeze one past the block. And just Defiance defensively stops one of the world's best and the sport's greatest from scoring. Tries to tweak that angle, and some really good defense from Chadistan, but she just slows her arm down there, Agonu. As soon as she slows the arm down, you can just cue the defender in a little bit. Out. And we are back to having no setter for the VakifBank. Javajulu's staying on to serve, and then you'd expect that she'll be replaced from Chancellor after this, but let's see. They do get a serve in now. VakifBank, hello. I've said it once, I've said it twice, maybe 10 times already this game, but this weekend she's been superb. You think, because of somebody that hasn't played every game, didn't expect it to start yesterday really, because she played yesterday. There's another big serve, and that's Alessia Oro doing Alessia Oro things that we saw yesterday. That was her first start in 6 Champions League matches yesterday, and she went and delivered the goods. She started both of the biggest games of the season. Oro, one of the best servers in the Champions League this season, right on cue. Serves one underneath the net, and hopefully she can just laugh it off. That's a round of something of her choice later on. Franti. The service pressure now starting to pay off. VakifBank still 4 behind, 3 in the block, and Markova has the lion's share of the work to do there. She has to shift in 6 or 7 meters to help with the block, and that makes her the best option to try and tip off of the most difficult position to actually press with the hands. Pass is a bit fast. My catch, Markova out of rhythm, and again Ganesi's having a little look around, saying, I pressed in the right position there. Markova's just too high. Have another look. Ganesi knows it's going to the outside. Maybe gets beaten high, maybe just beaten off the left hand. That's a tight pass, too tight. Oh, VakifBank are not going to be penalised here. Lavrini's getting in the face. He wants the hand over. Here we go. Balls like this went against VakifBank yesterday. He's maybe saying that the ball was hit down into Oro. Oro didn't actually make that play. Oh, hold on. It's quite loud in here, and maybe the referees can't quite hear each other. Lavarini's told to go back, and the assistant coach is still having a crack on the side. Not very happy. Lavarini's still not happy, but the game has to continue. Balderop goes out the back. Is there a touch of a Markova? And hopefully now Oh, hold up. Out. And now there might be a challenge. Ronnie Lavarini not toys out the pram yet. Being told to calm down. And finally we get a challenge. How fun is this? We've got the crowd having a little boo. We've got Lavarini disappointed with that call against him and his team moments ago. Then Dauderov wants this touch. And that's not even in the same postcode of the hand of Markova. And from nowhere, hello Istanbul, the fans have woken up. And now it gets very interesting. Well, the fans are alert that for the first time Milano are under pressure.
Va bene, calma. Cinema per niente. Rimanete concentrate lì. Bene lì. Vai.
Serving straight down the line. This is a big phase of play for both sides, but Lavarini just put a blanket on the fire there, really. Put it out. And Milano come back out with a first ball side out, just at the right time, just when they need it the most. Service deep on Markova, having to work her way back into the game, but this is where she's so dangerous. Just in out of rhythm situations. Akoni's just gone as high as she can, and she's been touched by Markova. Out of system ball again, 3 up in the block. Defense now from Franti. Chansu flips it to the pin. Markova stopped this time. Kurtajic is there. 2 big points in a row. Great timeout from Lavarini. Milano got the momentum back here, and at the same time Gredetti said, okay, I'm going to have to get my troops in.
We attack, first tempo, they defense perfect on the set. We attack high ball on us, we don't defense 1 ball in 5. We didn't defend 1 ball in 5, we didn't defend. 1! I don't ask million, 1! And discover we have to do. Hide. We are!
Danesi, for me, had a brilliant Final Four, and it's a good serve. Again, looking to that left side, trying to take the front court receiver out. Back to the outside. Oro. From the right side, tight again from Agoni, but that matchup with Markova is insanely good at the moment, and it's VakifBank and Markova that win that battle. VakifBank Istanbul are certainly getting better here. Genshinyu makes the most of the free lunch ticket that she just received. Markova trying to take her out the offense, bring her in the tip, through the pipe. The blockers are fully aware of the situation. Markova under pressure, pipe becomes a big option there. Franti tries to take it. Stays aggressive. Grenetti can't be too worried. Franti certainly has taken and kept the hammer out. Chansu. Passes money. And it allows Jansu just to go over with the second ball attack again. That will keep the middle blocker on the opposite side just watching through the net. Understanding there are at least 4 options. 5 with the Pezzetti on the back. Agoni stopped. Domi is in a great place. What a play that is. The cover to turn, watch it over the shoulder. Play relaxed. Just when VakifBank Istanbul start pushing, Milano push back. And that's exactly what this sport's about. You can't just roll over. Silla comes in again. And you have to say, the outsides haven't been a problem for Milano. This competition, chance he tries to go there again. 4 touches, maybe. Was there a touch of Kurtic? Who knows? That point, Vero Volley Milano to go up 2 sets to 0. 24-19. Doesn't feel like a 24-19 set at the moment. Kodomi is there again. She's passed superbly well. The Japanese lib. Is that in? The referee says yes. And it's Milano that take a 2-0 lead here in Istanbul for a Champions League bronze medal. They've been more consistent. Yes, they were put under the cosh a little bit in that set. And that is a swing of perfection from a vulnerable position, one would say, offensively in that last point. But 15 and 19 are the scores so far. VakifBank Istanbul, for me, are playing better than they played yesterday. Milan are just in this game, and they're there as well, bringing everything they can. Agonu, low hitting efficiency yesterday, but at the same time has been very effective. Back towards the libero here for VakifBank. There has been a change in libero, and in comes Ajar, number 16, for eye-catching. Statistically, she's had a fabulous Champions League, the best passer coming into this, and it's not like she's only played in fits and spurts, really. She's had 3 starts and played in 4 games overall, but her passing percentage has been 64, 60, 63. Efficiency, Franti's there, Nigel gets after it. So certainly somebody that can come on and help this cause for VakifBank, but at the moment, Foot is again playing very smart, tipping, then a faster ball, a longer ball, she's hitting through the seam. Tip this time from Zaragunas, who's started this game nicely but gone quite quiet. Struggled yesterday as well. That's a very good wrist away swing. Markova can pull that one from anywhere and silk through the middle. The connection between her and Oro is on the money, isn't it? Tip over the top and the libero is put to floor again. But to run that play again is smart with Danesi in the middle, Dowderup on the wing. Blockers are really going to be looking at the big players there, shifting across, making sure that Danesi's taken, Dowderup's taken, and then Oro will go to Kazud as an option instead, as Tibajulu is playing on the right side. Still no Van Wright, still no Pezzetti now. Looking like a completely different team that started yesterday with just Jen Shinyu, Erzbai, Markova, 4 of the 7 still out there. Just have to think on his feet. Markova tipped over the top this time from Agonu. And it's a good decision with Zaragunes not having been liberoed off yet. Markova in the shank tank. Out the back, off the arms. And Denesi proving her worth once again. She's had an incredible tournament, Denesi, when she has played, always in double figures, and Denesi certainly helps her contribution today. Free ball to position 1, trying to put pressure on the setter and the opposite. Shemshulu stays fast offensively. Yes, they're missing their big cannon, Van Rijk, but running with the middle in that free ball and committing. Kurdic. Gets the ball back, big swing. Ajar is there. Kurdic beaten, but Ogulemi with a real good high defensive ball. Gives height, gives time for the spikers to get out to their positions. Ogulemi's there again, the Japanese libero, putting in a great shift. Tip deep from Agonu. Marvellous stuff from both teams. Off the antenna in the end. Ogulemi, just her 3rd start in the Champions League this season, having started yesterday and today. 1 start before this Final Four in Istanbul. Agonu tries to hit the leather of that one again. Not overly delighted, but at the same time, you have to be aggressive behind the service line. Guidetti's already had a whinge about that to his team. Markova. The aggressive serving isn't quite working for VakifBank early on in this 3rd set. They're going to have to fire up the furnace somehow. Well, that sort of sums up their entire weekend, when they have managed to get things moving. It's not quite been... However, that's a good pass into position 3. Julu is there, and she's somebody who can make a real difference. She's highly involved with Santarelli's Turkish team, formerly led by Guidetti through the middle. It's fast. It's furious stuff. Shin-Yu gets across really well and just slows the game down. But then off the ball, she's so quick. It's a wider set, puts pressure on the block, and she can stay high and hammer off the top of it. Tough job being a middle blocker in this sport. Short. Back to the middle. Gunesh still can't find the floor. It looks like Milano are really looking after position 5 with Gunesh and trying to make her swing back cross body. A little bit tense in the arms eventually from Kazud. Branty fires up, and it's easy when that ball comes with some power on it. Easy just to tense up a little bit. Giovanni, there you go. That's the Giovanni Guidetti we all know and love. Position 1, trying to force the ball to the outside. It makes it so difficult. And we've seen it before that Oro loves trying to use the middle from that serve to position 1, but that's not easy. She can't find Kurdic from there. Timeout. Lavarini is calling the timeouts early. He's trying to sit VakifBank down before they get ahead of themselves.
You can play from a free ball. It's easy, you call and we play. Tieni a 1 adesso, così almeno rimane lì e hai tutte le uscite buone, che la Franti si sta anche a prendere anticipo. Vai, andiamo!
Questo momento!
7-6. At the back, and that's another miss-serve. But Guidetti's still having a clap. And rightfully so. They are missing their fair share of serves, but look at the scores. They're trading, and if they stay patient, a few of these serves will certainly go in. Service to the left-hand side of Markovic. She's getting quite a lot of the ball now. Franti, you struggle to hit the cross-court in a ball that comes from behind you on that left side. Franti struggling to find the sideline, runs out of room, and that's a break for Milano. And again, a Milano timeout helps their cause. 2 in a row since the timeout. 2 errors from VakifBank since that timeout as well. High ball to the outside, 2 up in the block, no angles for Franti there. Lining up in the 6 very nicely. You can just see that where she's facing here, Franti, trying to get to the ball. That's where the blockers try and get in front of. And there's nowhere else for her really to go. Markova passing fast. Özbay can't do much about it. Lavarini's not a happy bunny. Jansu stays smart, but Guidetti will know that that pass isn't in the right area. It's not got the right shape, the right tempo. So there's still cause for him to have some concern. It's a nice pass. It's very difficult to pass over that left shoulder and get that to 2.5, but it's a good effort from Kazud. Pushed over from Oro. Danesi turns it to position 1. Milano are back on top here. Aja just overpassing. And that's got dealt with. Aja now putting the ball in. Markova on the pipe. Danesi gets one. That's the first time that Markova's been stopped through the pipe on that wrist away. Almost every time she loves to swing away from the body. Danesi is very wide in that angle. There's not many people in the world that she would set up that
so
wide on
in
the pipe.
Good job in block. Then again, if we are not attention, the easy thing, the difficult thing we are doing, the easy thing, one set inside antenna, transition, not in 3, not in position 3. And then if we have Danesi in the setter, we will miss it. We will attack out on setter, not on Danesi, out on setter. Okay? Right. Derrière receive, we have a pipe. Sa, let's go, we are.
Danesi, more efficiency, more points as well, and probably a little bit more service, you'd say, because Zulu misses out. Another timeout coming out in another error. Just been a bit like that over the last couple of days. Big cross-body swing, blocks leaving the line, but when you're coming and looking into the angle, the control you need in the arm is paramount there to send that accurately to its target. A couple of quick errors both sides. Franti. Another miss-serve from VakifBank, and eventually one of them's got to drop, surely. So many missed serves, but Guidetti asked for more service pressure. I think that was completely the right call. And in turn, they've missed so many. Service bullet, but that's out the back as well. Can somebody please get a serve in? Errors were a big problem for VakifBank yesterday. Agonu loves hitting that sharp angle, and Jansu, so cool, calm, and collective out there. Julu puts the ball away to the line. Jansu Ozbey has just plucked Agonu. Makes it look easy. I assure you it's not. Like a eyebrow hair. And VakifBank have got 2 in a row. Now they're rocking, now they're rolling. Dowderop stopped. And are we going to see a little bit of pressure on the shoulders of Milano? Short ball. This is the rotation that really hurt, because you can take Dowderop out of the pass by moving her short. Her rhythm is really affected offensively, and then it's difficult to also get that service to Agonu at the same time. So you're taking the position 4 out, and you're also working at taking Agonu out. It's exactly what they're trying to do again. That's a good pass till the 2.5. And then the French captain comes through the pipe, and you don't have to worry about Agonu or Dowderop. And I think every Milan player is saying, great swing, thanks for getting us out of that one. Goes up showing position 5 and then rips it back. The light show almost just started at the beginning of the point. Julu looking to go block, but it's blocked out. Hello, VakifBank. Short ball again, Dowderop. Very good tactic this from VakifBank. She's out of rhythm, so she has to go with the tip. She's got no cross-court angles, so Markova's just sitting inside, waiting for that tip. That's straight out the textbook from Guidetti and VakifBank. It's exactly what they were doing to Dowderop here in Istanbul a couple of months ago. Well, just to give you some insight, Dowderop in Istanbul scored 9 points, got served 30 times, was 7 from 20 offensively, got served a lot. She hasn't served that much today, but they are going on her a bit more, VakifBank, because there's another block. It's out of system. Markova. They're getting across on her. Clinches must be incredibly high. Look at Omi, that's into a great spot. Agonu wants the touch, gets the touch of Jansu, which maybe is a little bit fortunate because that one was flying like a rocket. Agonu really open with that arm, and that's how she gets the powers off of Markov, actually, my mistake. Ajar, Clinches, struggle putting the ball on the floor this weekend. Gets one this time, hang on a moment. Referee's changed the decision. Everything's okay again. The world can rotate once more. Passes wide. Jansu Ozbey. VakifBank are rocking and rolling again here. Pass is great from Kazun. High hands in the block. It's a rare block for Jansu. Dowderop now replaced Vasila. Markova. Silla's had to come off the bench. The first pass is tight. VakifBank. Franti, Guidetti, all finding their way here. It's been a tough couple of days for Giovanni Guidetti It really has. And for his VakifBank side, but there's something to smile about now. Franti, her energy has been superb. Silla, VakifBank. Where has this VakifBank been the whole time? Playing with aggression. The shackles are off for VakifBank Istanbul. Aja just has to play safe into the 10, but Gebijulu's power, her fast feet to the ball, and the speed of the arm is on the money. Guidetti laughing, smiling. Milano under a bit of pressure now.
Entrano in battuta aggressivi, possiamo anche tenerla un pochettino perché abbiamo l'alzatore davanti, quello dobbiamo poterlo usare, ok? E aspettatevi la difesa, uniamo bene i muri sulle situazioni di pallare.
Milano, luckily, have been pretty good at the back end of timeouts so far in this game. Last chance saloon though for VakifBank Istanbul, and they've taken it. You have to say that Franti has certainly been there today. Didn't start yesterday, got the nod today, and she's completely earned her spot on the outside with Markova. They've kept two really attacking orientated outsides on, and that's a great serve from Markova. The service pressure has gone up, and that's a couple of digs now from Markova that's really working. And Gebijulu has just been absolutely stuffed from Silla. Again, leaving a lot of the line. The line is so difficult to reach there. Look at the gentleman in the background, head in hands. Well, here comes the double substitution that we've seen plenty of times this year. Is Abonu out. Keeps three front court hitters in for Milano. The Greek international Vitrini Constantino, 28 years old, is a bit out of rotation. Center's actually at 6, Silla's at 1, and then Schmeck comes in. And listen to the boos. Not easy to come to Turkey yet. Maybe the boos are enough just to get into Silla's head. Long angle serve out the back. And this is volleyball, I think, at this level at times. We haven't seen VakifBank Istanbul make this many service errors in one set over the past 2 days. But at the same time, they're 2 points up because they are finding pockets of pressure from the service line. Jansu to the outside, high off the hands, Franti. Have a look at Zara Guinesh, just rejoicing, heads looking upwards, arms up in the air as well. They've kicked into gear here, the Turkish outfit. Against a team with 4 Olympic gold medalists in their side from the Italian win in Paris. Guillaume's in. That first ball's just brought off the net a little bit, but Schmeck is very good, but getting down again. Chansu Erzbey has made 2 or 3 touches. There's a touch off the block of Denesi. Or was there a touch off of the block of Denesi? There's gonna be a challenge straight away because Denesi played on as if nothing had happened. As if nothing had happened at all. Was there a touch? VakifBank have just certainly made something of this game. No block touch. Opens this game up again, the difference just 2. Agonu comes back in, the double substitution reversed. Alessia Oro comes back in as well. Continue, and Shrink leaving us for the time being. Aja with a great pass, Markova. We've seen a hit to position 5. Now we see a hit to position 1. Just mixing up the angles on that pipe attack. VakifBank have been much better value in this third set, and they might just be rewarded. We're an hour away from the warm-up and the build-up for Champions League final, but this could easily go the whole way. But Kazut, who's just been so aggressive over the last couple of days. So impressed. She served on that long angle, which is lucky. If you get out early enough on it, it sort of sends the ball perfectly into 2.5. Mark for the target. She's under pressure, but she's a bailout player. Kadomi's there underneath it. Chance for Silla. Quick in transition. Is there a touch? Challenge coming from Silla. She's sure there's a touch. If there is, VakifBank Istanbul certainly don't want to admit it, not at this stage. The fast play and transition from Oro to Silla certainly lent itself to staying fast off the hand. It's just whether Silla nailed the target or not. And if not, VakifBank favourites. Or anywhere but there. So close on the way through. It's maybe a little bit of the risk you have playing that fast in transition. A bit high risk, but these players are certainly capable of that. To the middle, Benassi, said it once, we'll say it again, she has been superb this weekend. Jeremy, again, brilliantly tracking that ball backwards, keeping space underneath her arms, and fantastic pass. Markova again getting that ball in. VakifBank is certainly there at the moment, but creeping up defensively. There's a chance for Agonu. They need this. Touch this time. Yes, this time in the touch of Markova. Oh, hold on. They're saying no touch, and also some of the staff from VakifBank were just behind that previous camera shot, and they were also sure that there was no touch. And they've got a much better view of it than I have here in the commentary box, or what we had on that main wide shot screen. Was there a touch? I don't think there is. Wow, no touch. 2 in a row. Agonu, Silla, both go heavy, both go aggressive, both miss out on the hands. VakifBank Istanbul haven't won a set this weekend so far. They've lost 5 in a row, but they have set point here. No mistake from Silla this time. The work off the ball is quick. Her step closes super quick, and she is hammering into the angle. Absolutely hammering. Second set point. VakifBank Wow. Guidetti fuming. The difference is just one now. Timeout from Guidetti. Maybe everything was just a bit too quick there. Timeout is being called. Guidetti is giving it the old YMCA, trying to get the attention of the first referee.
Check the approach, maybe she can go again. Not super high.
Interesting how he can be so animated and then just calm himself down to communicate.
Let's go.
You lose 8 points coming off the bench. She made a real big impact on that right side. Pizzetti was the first point of call, but anyway. VakifBank Istanbul, their third set point. Another big serve from Agonu. Agonu with the defense. She is certainly coming up trumps with the odds against her. Silla tries to get her feet to the ball, but fires wide. VakifBank Istanbul have won their first set of this Champions League Final Four. The fans are on their feet for their team as we head towards a fourth set. 25-23, Milano got their way back into it, but she'll be here again, that's for sure. So the fourth set of the bronze medal match here at the CV Champions League. Bronze medals on the line. Super busy here now. Yes, there's a few seats still untaken, but 3 tiers here, and the top tier is very, very busy. Milano will be looking to push from the off here, and Oro setter just starting with the service will be a big threat to the passing unit. Julu is in. It's Markova that's out the pass at the moment, so they're just shifting around depending on who's on the front court and who's where. Frankie's at 2, Julu pinches in to help from the outside. Oro again doing bits from the baseline at the right time. Ajar stays in, so still no eye catch for VakifBank on the front court receiver. Julu, she's going to get it back, and again, big aggressive swing. She gets up so high, and the beautiful thing about that is she's so aggressive with her approach. The ball gets a little bit behind her. All of a sudden, the timing is slightly out because of that for Agonu. She's beaten. It's a smart play. Julu certainly made a difference coming in fast. Kazort is just unbeatable at the moment. This is exactly the response from Navarini that he would have desperately wanted. Just come out, firing on all cylinders, put the opposition under the cosh a bit. VakifBank certainly have proven that they can up their level. Well, you think that in previous appearances they've still got a few more levels to work through to get to their very best. But great pass. Look at Domi again. There's just everything today that's been deep on her. She's opened up, fast feet. She's kept everything behind her. Look, her feet are moving sort of backwards, sideways, on a diagonal. She's tracking everything so nicely. It's really not an easy thing to do, to keep passing those deep balls underarm. Good cover for VakifBank. Lavarini is calling a little bit for calm, one would think. Agonu doesn't do much calm. She goes through the block. And Jabishulu again underneath the ball, twice in a row. Last time she went with the tip, now she goes with the hammer, and she goes out the side. Markova, serve to the inside. That's the serve that they want to create, Milan, on these front court receivers, but the block is there. They give themselves a chance in transition, but it's a monster block. And Xinyu gets across. And that one block yesterday for the Chinese international. Gets across here. She seals everything out again. Transition, not as many angles to swing on for Dowderop. High from Agonu. She almost has to lean on that one to open it up to the line. But she's so high that you'll lose height as soon as you start leaning in the air. Just crunches it off body. It's a great rip. Thing of absolute beauty. Get the pass into a good zone. Markova! Wowza! Agonu brings the heater. And then Markova does exactly the same. Back to serve, formerly of Navarra. The service pressure from VakifBank starting to put Milan under the pressure that Giovanni Guidetti envisaged. Markova, 7th start in the Champions League. She started this season on the bench, came off the bench and scored 20 points in that first game, and also passed at 68% in reception. And since then, she hasn't been stopped or dropped in this competition till yesterday. Better again from VakifBank. Xinyu. And look at Guidetti. He says finally he's seeing the promise from his side that he believes in, having that chat with him yesterday outside. Always about trying to up the level today. Would have been disappointed with that performance, but again, he said that young team, and they weren't at the level when he was absolutely fine and accepted where VakifBank are currently at. But they're pushing for their level now. Milano failed to win last time they came to Turkey and play against VakifBank. They'd be much better today, and having Oro in also gives a lot more stability, but all of a sudden their backs are a bit against the wall. Markova hits 5, hits 1 through the pipe. Since getting stopped on the pipe, hitting towards position 5, she's opened up the other way, and there's a big gap. You can see Kurtijic protecting position 5. Oro's trying to leave Franti and help with the pipe, but there's no way that she can get across quick enough. Kadoni's there. VakifBank Istanbul take the lead in the fourth. Three in the pass. Dowderop, probably the target to the line. Guidetti. He's got to be happy that the service pressure that he asked for is coming, and it is certainly paying off in lots of ways. Raja puts the ball in a very good position. Great adaptation from Dowderov, just to sort of swing and get in line with that one. But that was a perfect pass from Raja, fast enough. You see the middle really having to track and commit. And that left Gunesh open. A couple of overpasses from Raja so far, but overall, she certainly has made a difference coming off the bench for the service reception. Danesi, a middle for a middle, an eye for an eye. The outside should open up a little bit now with the one-on-ones if the pass can get into a good spot. Dowderov again is on the money. This time it's Oro's turn to serve and to miss. That's a strange one. We saw a miss underneath the net earlier on, didn't we? But Milan having to really focus. Agoni's got a lot of work to do, and it's a bump set across to Agoni. It's a brilliant swing. Great set, I think, from Danesi. Agoni just staying high and chewing off hands. Players will be on holiday after this game, that's for sure, with both teams' domestic seasons done and dusted. On the front court receiver again, and Markova shifted across, taking position 6 is Kazut. Tip over the top from Dowderov. VakifBank have the momentum here. Agonu, of course it goes to Agonu. That's wide, but potentially not quite high enough. Gunesh, Markova, double teaming. Paola Agonu, let's have a look here. Where's the commitment? There is no commitment from the middle on Danesi. She gives up the middle, Gunesh, and gets across. Clinches just not quite aware that it's her rotation to come in. Two things with that. She was late coming on, but shows that happens at all levels of volleyball for the middles. Also shows that she is still just 20 years old and can drop out maybe in some concentration at times. Not much older than that, but still drop out of concentration a lot of times. Back set, working away from the body. Dowderov serves short again, but she's looked after that first pass very nicely. As we spoke about earlier, she served short there to affect the rhythm of her spike as well, and she has got after that one and she struggled with the rhythm, caught underneath the ball, sends it out the back.
Fate attenzione, Cas, sulla loro battuta, quella lì che della Markova nel conflitto, che è scesa così, è difficile, va bene che ci sei per provare a chiamarla. Non smettere di muovere i piedi, anche sulle battute degli altri, vai a cercare questa palla con i piedi. Ragazzi, se noi però gli permettiamo a questa linea di ricezione di giocare con la palla in mano diventa difficile. Bisogna che gli diamo un po' più di fastidio su queste situazioni qua.
Macy, 11 points. Done 6. I think all the middles have certainly played well. Danesi, as we've said millions of times, has been brilliant this weekend. Agoni can only continue to play. Big chance for Markova, tips over the top. She's just slowed down and maybe showed it to Oro, who makes the read, goes to floor, but at the same time is not quite quick enough. That is good enough, isn't it? Someone's got to react on that second ball. Markova giving VakifBank a 3-point lead. Herman coming into the middle. This is the first we've seen from Belgium International over this weekend. Should be coming in trying to get the ball early on. Markova. Oh, what a start. Herman and Agonu team up for a block. Great substitution. Let's have a look. Out of rhythm play. Had to go to Markova. That gave the green light for Herman to get across. Double up on the outside. Agonu getting booed. Ajo overpass. Massive opportunity to bring it back to one. Agonu goes soft and slow into the angle. That brings the defense into the game a lot more. Quick to the outside, fast off the hands. Jansu Erzbai goes over on two. We've seen that a few times. Touch off the block to Dalderop, who puts it away. We are back to one. What a rally again here. Second ball seen. Herman does a real good job of just getting a touch on that and slowing the game down for the defense. Jebejulu beaten. Agonu out the back this time. Still, the left arm is a little bit slower from Agonu at times than we've seen in yesteryear. Markova. Coming very good in this game. But another miss serve. And you just think the likes of Markova, Van Rijk, this is the first real big weekend. Champions League does hit differently. Chases on, Chatsu. Get up. Franti's been a very good addition to the side today. Fast arm. Zula's had a very good weekend as well. And I like this game right now because both teams are bringing it. Aggressive, getting after their swings, both pushing each other in every area. That's what we've been waiting for this weekend from VakifBank. We know what they're capable of. Winning this league here in Turkey is not an easy thing to do. Ajar is just passing slightly off the neck. She's frustrated. Franti shut down. Herman has come off the bench and made a real impact here. Best score in the Turkish league in 2023.
Don't forget pipe in exclamation.
Belgium International is cooking.
Enough. Attack straight and low against me. The blocker. Enough. Attack out one short diagonal. I'm okay. Attack out one leader block out. I'm okay. Or Danesi 7 block. US block. Oro didn't make one block. Egolo didn't make one block. Let's try this one time. We are.
Well, Herman come off the bench last year for Milano in the 5th set, scored 5 points. She's come off the bench in the 4th set this year, played for Excelbasi in the Champions League final. Straight into the middle and instead making a real difference. Dalderop now one in front, Milano, another overpass. And Oro just loves feasting on the ball. Can move, adapt, and her arm is incredibly quick. Mazzetti's come back in. We haven't seen her for a couple of sets. Julie has had a very good game coming off the bench, we know that, but just a bit of a change of dynamic. It's a chance of by just having a chat to the passing unit. He's taking that ball very late, but doing a good job of opening up in it, like we said about Fukadomi this whole game. High off the hands, Franti. Milano is saying no touch. Franti is saying yes, there was a touch. This is tough. Remember, VakifBank were leading just about 2 minutes or so ago. Franti just dragging that ball probably a little bit more than she would have liked, looking for that outside hand. It's a close one. really saying no. Let's have a look. Oh, wow. Alessio says no touch, don't touch. And the video replay said something a little bit different. Zara getting the cover. She's made a few outrageously good covers in this game. She's put in such a better shift than we've seen, or than we saw in that game between these two teams here in Istanbul. Denise is back on the Japanese libero, is off for the time being. Belgium middle. Herman is back to serve. Conversations between Jansu and the second referee. Serve this time from Herman. Romy comes back in at position 1. Front court receiver is Kazuba. She's not being given Leaps the ball. She's given the ball now as a front court receiver. It's very difficult to get the ball to Agonu from that situation, but free net for Kazuba in the end. Let's have another look here. Eddie on the front court, decides to jump with the middle and leave the outside alone. He won't get an easier kill than that. Elena here this weekend. Great passing all the same. 2-point game, Milano. Ajar passing off again. It's a long angle serve to position 1. It's always a difficult one to cut off early and get into position 3. Let's tip over the top of Agonu. Almost a jumbo over the top of Ajar, and Ajar gets a disappointed look from Guidetti, almost to say, what is going on here? She's slow getting across to that base position, and she gets caught moving forwards. You can see, initially sees the tip and decides to move forwards, gets done deep.
Nobody's time is pushing anymore in serve. We just here at the last moment, one escape, another escape. Decide to take the ball in the middle, and this one go. Cut and take out court. I don't take the rest, you take the ball in front. And we decide to inside out. Haydi. Yeah.
Milano by 3, they were trailing moments ago, and are just sort of gone, and she's slow getting to position defensively again, and that's why she got beaten last time. The confidence drops and the movement gets slower, and you can't really afford that in this game. High off the Granti, and you think now that it might just be game over here. Zetti done exactly what she was meant to do. The tables have turned though in the time that she's been on. Chance for Markova. I mean, that's gone over. That's a great thing. Now she has to shuffle around again. Franti looking for a touch. No touch this time. No challenge either. Great dig, just getting the shoulders forward and getting the platform on the ball. The Japanese Americans really had a good game today. Impressive yesterday as well against Imoco. Straight down the line. Great pass really from Debajulu. But there, the block of Milano raining down a little bit more pain. They're 2 away from taking bronze here. Deservedly so. VakifBank found a little bit of fire at the end of the previous set and the start of this one, but it's also been a tough weekend for them. Is there one more big push Guidetti and VakifBank here. He's had a lovely weekend. She's going to get the ball back here as she passes straight and high, and Oro just gives some stability with the set. French captain's been insanely good again today. Priscilla and Dauderot. Spoiled for riches, not really, but certainly given the consistency needed. Match point, Vero Volley Milano to win the bronze medal of the CV Champions League 2025. Both teams were in Pool C, but it's going to be Milano that take the bronze and bounce back from defeat to Imoco yesterday to take third place in the CV Champions League Volley 2025. A superb performance from Stefano Lavarini and his team. They will leave with some hardware to take back with them, and they can be incredibly proud of the way they started and finished this game. For VakifBank Istanbul, it's more disappointment. They were below par yesterday against Scandicci, and although an improved performance today without Kira van Rijk, who's been struggling with bronchitis this week, they certainly did put in a better shift, but it wasn't enough to stop Paola Agonu and this Milano.